Hello friends, Suzanne here. Welcome to another Wildcard Wednesday on my YouTube channel and blog. For today's project, I am featuring the stamp set called Cheers to the Season. I am using the wine glass image and those dots. To begin this design, I am inking up my pool party or my stamp with pool party. I'm putting it all over, and then with a dauber I'm inking up the boho blue, and I am making note of where I want that darker blue shadow to be. So because I want it on the left hand side of the glass, I have to ink up on the right side of the stamp because it's reversed. Hopefully you're picking up what I'm throwing down. That's why I keep on turning the stamp to look. And now I'm using Night of Navy on the bottom of my image. And then I'm turning, this is basic white paper, and I have stamped down, and that is my image. So you can see it looks like a little bit of liquid is in the glass. All right, so I've chamoised off my first three colors, and now I'm putting my next three colors. That was Lost Lagoon, and Blueberry Bushel, and Berry Burst. And again, I'm making note of where I want the different color shadows to be because I want it on the right. I am inking up on the left. And I actually have similar wine glasses to this. So that's the reason why I got the idea to make the glass multicolored. So here I'm flipping over the stamp and pressing down, and you can see that there are a multitude of colors going on, which are, I like it. It's nice and sort of festive-y and a little bit different than regular just glass colored glasses. Okay, so I sped this up. I fussy cut these stemware out. And as you can see, I don't mind fussy cutting, and you probably know that from my channel if you watched any time before. However, I am a hairstylist, and having a pair of paper snips or scissors or shears or whatever you want to call it, very natural in my hands, and I don't have a problem fussy cutting these images out. They were pretty basic, not too confusing. So I have a piece of, let's see, this paper is called One Horse Open Sleigh. It is in the online exclusives, and it is still viable. It is not retiring anytime soon. So I guess when it's out, it's out. So anyway, I prepped that paper with an embossing buddy. And now I'm stamping those dots that I mentioned earlier with Versamark ink. And which is a clear sticky ink that when you put embossing powder, which is a little plastic powder, and sprinkle it on, it sticks to it temporarily so that you can heat emboss it with a heat gun and create a shiny plasticky detail to your card. So I have heated up my heat tool here for about 30 seconds before. This is the very thin paper, so I want the tool to be very hot before I take it to the page, or else it will curl. It does some weird stuff when it's heated paper, but you can see that wonderful magic melting. All right, so here I go with yet another component to this card. So this is a, let's see, it's called the Distress Tile 3D Embossing Folder. And I embossed that with my Stampin' Emboss machine. And then I die cut it with the dies that are called deckled circles. So I just did that off screen because, you know, sometimes it's boring. So I used a little bit of blueberry bushel on the very tip here, and then I went in with the Pool Party ink, and I just pushed both of those inks and blended them a little together. I just needed a small border around that deckled circle die cut so that it stood out against that paper, the One Horse Open Sleigh paper. And if you're wondering what I'm working on, it is one of our old grid mats for the Stamparatus, and I had laminated it. So very lucky to have had that. So I put one layer of dimensionals on the wine glass, the I don't know, the glass part, or the where you put the wine part, and then I double put dimensionals on the stems. And now that I've attached everything, I'm putting dimensionals on that circle. And I actually moved that circle up in a little bit. So I have a tendency not to put anything down permanently. So I'm using Alamo dies here. I have some white, and I think this is Pretty Peacock cardstock. I die cut them. So the trick here is I just wanted this die, so the letters 2024, or numbers 2024, to be almost like stickers. So I used adhesive sheets and I put it on the back side of the basic white and the Pretty Peacock cardstock, and then I die cut it. But before I die cut it, I actually put another adhesive sheet on the top portion of the basic white. So the layer would look adhesive sheet, Pretty Peacock, adhesive sheet, basic white, adhesive sheet. So as you can see, I'm using gilded leafing, and I did check and it's still available in our store. And I am adhering it to the sticky part. So you don't need to use any kind of that weird heat embossed glue. You can actually use just adhesive sheets. And as you can see, it turned out to sort of a brushed metal gold. And I'm using our embossing brush here to sort of brush off the excess. The trick with gilded leafing is to hold your breath. And you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. And that little brush comes with the, I think it's called the Embossing Editions Toolkit. And it comes with the embossing buddy and that little tray that I used and all of that. So that's what I did. And you can see how lovely that gold is sticking. And now I'm going to remove the release paper from that Pretty Peacock section. So basically I just removed it from the basic white section. But now, as soon as I am finished fussing with the gold, and you can see you can really get into that, into the difficult parts of the numbers with that little brush. So here's my adhesive sheet going off of that Pretty Peacock. You could use whatever color you wanted underneath. I just had a piece of peacock that had some stick 'em on it, adhesive sheet. So I went with that. I don't like to waste my supplies. So oftentimes if I have a cardstock that has adhesive sheet on it, that means that I'm using that. And so basically this is a little bit of more of a solid piece. It's not super flimsy. It's got, you know, like basically 3 layers of glue and two layers of cardstock. So, and I'm placing this perfectly. And I did end up having to move that circle up just a little bit. So now you can see it says 2024, going in with my bone folder, pressing down everything. Then I have to come in with my Wink of Stella, of course, and I'm putting champagne in my goblets. That was the word I was looking for earlier. Anyway, you can see all the supplies I used listed below in the video See More section or in the supplies section of my blog. And those fast links are going to take you to my Canadian online store, where I would love the chance to meet you and earn your business. So thank you so much for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, all the YouTubey things. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a lovely holiday season. Bye for now.